Hi. Namaste and blessings. My name is Nela Ma'at and I am Wisdom of the Divine Feminine. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I hope that you are finding yourself feeling blessed. All right. Um, Before we start this energy reading and activation, I would like to set the intentions. Yes. Okay. So, setting the intentions that we all allow ourselves to feel seen, loved, validated, and safe. And of course, calling on our guides, our ancestors, and the board of higher ascended divine beings that are here to serve our highest good and the highest good of everyone involved. Inviting in the presence of Mother Gaia, Sophia Chikina, the wisdom of the divine feminine. May all of us be surrounded by protection and love. And may everything that we channel here serve your highest good and the highest good of everyone involved. Thank you, guys. So I was starting to record this reading, and then I got distracted with a little birdie came to say hi. Okay, and of course that is a message. There's nothing is a coincidence, and I feel that the message from Gaia, right, from this spirit animal kingdom, is all about our throat chakra, our self-expression. I'm hearing, allow yourself to share your own unique song with the world. Okay? And as you honor your authenticity, you honor the source of creation, because you are one with the source of creation. I am channeling. And so if you see me like get a space out a little bit, that's because I'm hearing a spirit. Okay? So that was a very beautiful message. There's something else that wants to come forward, and is that when we honor ourselves and our truths, and when we honor all that we are, even those parts of us that we feel so challenged to love because we judge them very harshly sometimes, or because we have not been told how to truly love ourselves, as you take the steps to love all of you, you are loving the source of creation. Okay? Thank you. And that was through Archangel Michael. All right, so like I said, I was checking on the current energies and the influences, the current planetary and astrological influences, yes, and we have the 7th house with the house of Libra. We have the moon, and we have Sagittarius and Pluto. So Pluto is just about the caterpillar becoming a butterfly. But before the caterpillar can truly take off, and needs to leave behind the old skin. You cannot take it with you. And so once again, this is, and I'm hearing a Scorpio, it is all about transformation, death, and rebirth, and that's Pluto. Pluto is influencing us, saying you cannot take the old to the new. You cannot start building things that are going to be long-term if you are building from the past. And so in order for us to manifest our heart desires and to be ready to receiving, we have to and we must go inward. And we have the 7th house of Libra, which Libra is all about partnership, relationship, marriage, how you influence others, how you are influenced by others' actions. Intimacy, vulnerability, is it's all about obtaining balance in all these areas of your life, right? In partnerships, cooperation, collaborations, love and romance, but also co-creating with others, yeah? And yeah, it's in Libra, the seventh house is influenced by Venus, and Venus is about where do you find beauty, harmony, self-compassion, compassion to others. In the moon here is our capacity to relate to others, to understand where other people come from, to understand that when people choose to react to situations where we might end up feeling hurt, we have to really tap into our hearts and process all these situations through compassion and understanding, and in finding that forgiveness, tapping into that frequency of forgiveness so that we can release the emotional weight, the weight of carrying resentment or taking things personal, right? I'm hearing people pleasing, okay, and codependency. And so as you guys see, there's a lot of shadow work. There's a lot of growth and expansion, and yes, it's accompanied by the process of alchemy, and it's always intense, yeah? And so learning to identify when are you being triggered and how are you reacting to situations, and you know, I was hearing a message today while I was cooking my breakfast, and it's like I can share my perspective. I can share how I manage, I guess, yeah, how do I do my inner work, yeah? But at the end of the day, you have to get to know yourself, and you need to know what is it that you need when the times of feeling triggered or responsive, feeling emotional, or feeling out of balance, like based on you, who you are, how authentic you are, and like what is it that you need to do? What is it? Do you need to be around people, or do you need to go and have alone time? Do you need to write things down? Some people need to go and just exercise. So I feel like it's so important to always take what resonates. And I'm hearing another message. If we have been dealing with things certain way, and that way, and sorry, you are finding yourself in this cycle, maybe it's time to do something different, okay? So I'm seeing like a person that is releasing balloons. It's like it's time to, I'm hearing release the old ways and embrace new ways of doing inner work, maybe. New ways of attending to our needs, new ways of communicating. Everything is all about embracing the new and change, right? And you can only know when you change when you find yourself going through a situation where once you have been very reactive and impulsive and you're just going to completely disaster. And if you have changed, you're going to find yourself going through the situation. It's kind of like the situation repeats itself, and then you are capable to deal with it in a very healthy way, okay? I hope all of this is making sense. Like I said, I am channeling, all right? And I see, and so I have to translate. All right, thank you guys. All right, cool. So something else that is that we are being asked to heal and integrate is like our relationship with control. Wanting to control outcomes, wanting to control people. How are we trying to control what is happening, what is happening in our lives? Like, what is your relationship with the part of you that believes that you can control? Because in reality, when you go inward and you really integrate that part of you, you're gonna realize that the part of you that struggle with wanting control, of course, has been programmed and has been living in the illusion of control, that is coming from you wanting to manipulate outcomes, people, and situations based on fear. It's fear-based. So it's coming from past, it's coming from wounds, it's coming from negative expectations, and we're talking about the unconscious here, right? And this energy that is being it's like tight, right? All these situations that you are experiencing which is the energy of Pluto, is bringing, what is the word I want to say? There's a word. Conflict, right? In order for us to integrate this part of us and it's here to ask us to change the perspective. Why do I feel that I have to be in control? What is my relationship, again, with the part of me that believes that it can control? Why do I find myself in this power struggle, yeah? And as you heal and integrate these parts of you, or this part of you, you can then start building with strong foundations, with the knowing that this journey of a spiritual awakening, of healing, is asking us to embrace the new, to embrace the unknown. And it's all about reconnecting with your heart and doing things because there's an inner knowing, because you love what you're doing, and not because you are doing it from a place where you're chasing money and you're trying to control and manipulate and like prevent yourself from failing, from being in lack, from not having enough. And it's just all this fear-based stuff. Okay. Then I'm feeling okay. Then I'd like to mention, I think I already did, but the 7th house is about, partnerships in relationships, in love relationships, romantic relationships. We have to just be very honest. If you really look around and we speak about true honesty, we are gonna see how us in humanity is really has been draining in this energy of codependency, right? I feel like I didn't know about codependency till maybe 4 years ago. And like I start to ask myself, what does that mean? And it's all attachment. And attachment is not love. Attachment is not love. So it is important to review, to ask ourselves, what are my patterns in love and relationships? And when things don't go my way, how does maybe a person walking away from me, or maybe a person not being involved in my life right now, you know, or it affects me. Asking yourself, do I prioritize myself, my needs, my independence? Yeah, because yes, I mean, and I'm talking about healthy independence, yes. And so I feel like we are being asked once again by Venus to find a harmony and balance within ourselves and to heal codependency, so then we can attract that mirror, that healthy partnership, right? But first you must become what you want to receive. Okay, awesome. Let me see, did I speak about everything? Let me just check. I'm gonna show you guys these cards. Just really cool. They are really cool. And of course I have my notes, you guys. You see, I make sure I got my things ready for you. I feel that I'm gonna use the tarot now. Oh, here we go. There's movement, there's information coming. You're downloading a lot of information. You're having realization. The wheel of fortune is turning. So the wheel of fortune is not just about wealth, but it's about closing cycles, right? Closing cycles. And so there's movement, because as you allow yourself to do the inner work, then you start to manifest from stronger foundations, and the wheels start to turn, because it's like you are no longer forcing or chasing, or you are not feeling like you want to bypass the cycle, and that energy of surrendering and emotional boundaries, being grateful that you are where you need to be, then makes the universe, right, moves the wheel faster, because you are not holding on tight to try to control outcomes. Get it? So that the lesson here in reality is about surrendering. Okay, surrendering. Ooh, and the wheel of fortune just jump out again. So this is, and what I'm hearing is really mastering the language of energy and how does the universe works. If you feel that things are moving slow or not the way you want it, it's because you might be holding on to things too tight, and maybe what it just needs to change is the perspective. It's like, then just remember that everything, yes, is a mirror of our inner world, our inner ecosystems. You have to ask yourself, what are my new beliefs? What is it like? Now that I am rebuilding, or that I am building from zero, like, what are my foundations? How am I building moving forward? It is better to pause if you do not feel balanced than trying to force and chase and bypass the cycles of manifestation. Okay? And we're talking about big picture thinking. The Page of Swords. Yeah, and so it's about gaining maturity. Emotional maturity is not allowing the mind to take control, and also approaching what you're doing from fresh and new perspectives, not building from a place of I'm lacking, when it's my time, everybody is doing this and I'm behind, fear of missing out. I still have a lot of grief, but I'm not attending to it. Is feeling unworthy, is someone that is not seeing their value. And so right now, these energies, Pluto, Venus, and Sagittarius are asking us to really to be honest with ourselves. Once again, things are gonna start to move as you surrender and release. We have to get comfortable with working with the cycles of life and learning that things that are worthy, always things that we will manifest moving forward as we transform are things that want to stay here long term. And so it is up to us to do this, the temperance. We have to do the healing, and we have to be very honest with ourselves and ask ourselves, do I keep pretending that I'm okay, that all is well? Am I chasing? And what are the foundations that I am currently building in my dreams, my goals, my heart desires? All right? But I'm gonna close this reading. I don't wanna keep it too long. Using messages from the universe has your back. Thank you guys so much for being here. And we have the more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. You cannot really see it. Sorry, guys. Yeah. It's a hummingbird. And the last one, I always trust the direction of the universe and know I am being guided. Okay, so once again, look at the element of air. And the dragonfly is all about rebirth. The element of water and earth, harmony, balance. And the hummingbird is about going inward, remembering the meditation brings answers. All right? Thank you guys so very much for being here. Please follow, like, and comment. You can find me on TikTok, Devi Nela Ma'at, and I will be adding my information here. You can send me any email if you are interested in working with me at nelama'at@gmail.com. It's super easy. All right. Namaste and blessing, guys. Bye.